Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's semi-original guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars of AWBW, bringing you another live league game of the day. Today, we are on Celeste, and this is a very common standard map. We have a triple base, airport, and comm tower support on this one, and plenty of income to play with. Now, today we are joined by two of the best live players to ever do it, folks. We have the theredjames5 and StarFlash250. theredjames5 has an incredible track record when it comes to the old live league. They have proven time and time again that they can really contend with the best players out there. And StarFlash250 is probably considered one of the best live league players, or live players in general. So this should be a good one, folks. Our CO picks today are Sammy and Andy. Now, Sammy will get a plus 30% firepower bonus on her infantry and mech units and get a plus 50% capture bonus. Her transport units will gain plus 1% movement, and all other direct combat units will lose 10% firepower. Now, her double time co-power ability will increase her movement for infantry and mechs by plus 1. And in addition, increase the firepower bonus. Her Victory March Super Co-Power will increase that movement by 2 for infantry and mechs, and also allow her to instant capture any property with an infantry or mech at any HP value. So those 1 HP infantries can suddenly go and cap an HQ and win you the game, folks. Sammy is one of the best win condition Super Co-Powers in the entire game. Now, we also have Andy. Andy, as a day-to-day ability, has nothing, but what he does have access to is his co-power and his super co-power, hyper repair and hyper upgrade. Now, hyper upgrade, the co-power, will increase his HP value by 2. And his super co-power will increase the HP value by 5, increase his movement by 1, and give him a small firepower bonus to 120%. So that's who we got, folks. So hopefully this is going to be a good one, since we have two fantastic players today. So let's sit back and take a gander at what happened in the live league today. So on the first few days, folks, you guys know the deal. It is the standard infantry builds, because you got to get the infantry on the field, folks. It is the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by AWBW. So both players are going for those neutral bases, which is definitely priority #2 when it comes to Advanced Wars by AWBW, and StarFlash already going for a highly aggressive opening involving the recon. Now, this recon is going to be able to rush down here and put tons and tons of pressure on that airport capture. Now, on Celeste, if you lose the airport, there is a good chance that you are going to lose this base down here very, very quick. So theredjames is going to have to do something very, very drastic to sort of hold on to that. Now, he is Sammy. So if Sammy manages to go up and start capturing the airport, he will get the capture, because Andy is not going to be able to do enough damage to a Sammy infantry to completely stop the cap. Now, but maybe StarFlash has some other plans for this recon, folks. Let's go ahead and see what is going to be happening here. theredjames finishes up his turn, doesn't build anything except for the infantry, and just carries on business as usual. Okay, folks, StarFlash doesn't build any vehicles this turn because he has a limited amount of funds. Next turn, he is going to have 11,000 money. So we should be seeing some vehicle builds from the old StarFlash next turn. Now, theredjames has 11,000 money in the bank, so we will definitely be seeing some kind of a build from him. Now, probably the best play here would be go for airport, go for property here. However, he might try to go mid, but going mid at this point, especially with a recon right in your face, not the best move. So theredjames goes for the safe choice of capping the 2 properties that are closest to him, including the airport here. So that will secure that capture. Ain't no stopping that capture. And actually goes for this forward capture over here, which is very nice, because this capture, this property is pretty difficult to actually hold on to once StarFlash or this player over here starts pumping out units. So between this property and this property here, they're both fairly contested, although this property right here by the mountains is way more contested. Alright, so StarFlash doesn't actually go for any interrupts over here because of the take presence here that would result in some terrible, terrible things happening to that old recon. So recon goes into the mid, and StarFlash continues on here, captures a bunch of neutral properties, builds the tank out of the strong front here, very strong tank build, and Red James carries on, captures a bunch more properties, actually interrupts his own capture here, which is very good, very cool, and goes for the interrupt here, which is incredibly valid, incredibly valid. Now, having this property, while it is good to have income, denying your opponent the airport is arguably a lot better in this scenario, because like I said, you lose the airport and it's very likely that you will be losing this base. But Sammy tends to not be able to beat Andy in a direct combat war, so it is going to get very interesting over here to see what's going to happen here. Alright, StarFlash going for the captures, continues capturing the airport with the 5 HP. So he's given StarFlash an ultimatum of keeping his infantry here and attacking this infantry that's capturing. Now, most likely that is going to be going through, because I don't see StarFlash attacking the infantry on the mountain with 9 HP. That would be definitely a not great trade, especially with tank reinforcements coming here. So let's see, we are definitely going to be seeing that airport get further interrupted. Yep, there he goes. He was a good infantry, he tried real hard and got so far, but in the end he couldn't capture the airport. Alright folks, now we got a mech already and an infantry on the field over here from the Red James, which is very nice. Artillery from this position is incredibly strong, because you can get it around this mountain region here and actually lock down this property, potentially lock down this property, lock down this property. Artillery around this area is just super strong, especially if you manage to get a tank or an infantry or something secure sitting on that city there. And Red James actually has an infantry in position to start a capture over there too. And his tank right now is just going on a mad chase, trying to chase down this recon, which is super fun. Super fun, I love it. Okay. Ooh, StarFlash has 14,000 money in the bank, so he could go tank arty infantry this turn. Yeah, he's gonna go tank arty infantry, so that's a good thing to do, folks. You know, if you got the money, you might as well dump it all on the field so you got nothing left over, unless you're trying to specifically save up for something, you know. Now you could go and do something crazy like base skip and just get double tanks on the field, but yeah, unit count is very important. And Sammy is going to be beating you in infantry. So if you don't have infantry on the field to contend with that, things are going to get very, very messy for you very quick. Now it does a cool little double attack over here, taking out the infantry, and then planting a tank firmly on a city here. Looking pretty on a city, although it's got no reinforcements other than that. So Andy would potentially be able to go in here with a single tank strike. Maybe attack the infantry also, and then possibly bring this tank up over here. Or not Andy, I mean Red James. Red James could bring this tank up over here, but nice. So we go in for an attack. It's a 7-7 trade, not too shabby. We are gonna need a, it's kind of, I don't know. You know, it seems like it might be a little bit of an overextension, but we push StarFlash so far into his own corner and prevent him from getting the airport, and that allows us a lot of time to actually build up and get our reinforcements there. So let's see if it pays off. Got the tank build, got the infantry build, got another tank build, and it looks like both players are going to be acquiring their comm towers. So StarFlash acquires this comm tower first. It is firmly in his grasp. So Andy does have that 110% firepower at the moment. Goes in for the double attack. I kind of figured that was going to happen here. So we did go up, we did smack an infantry around, but we ended up taking a shot with the tank, and we basically lost an infantry for that engagement. So not too bad, but did end up costing us a little bit here. Now, one of our other infantry does get interrupted here. However, it is still at 6 HP, so that will be a capture that is still going through. StarFlash actually brings back his tank instead of furthering the attack chain over here, which is pretty smart because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually just out of range of this tank over here. So the only tank that we have available to actually take the shot with is another 7 HP tank, and more than likely you're going to have a very similar trade to what you just had. So at best it's probably going to be, it could be 4-4, it could be 3-4, it could be 3-5. There are lots of possibilities of what it could be. Red James very intelligently at capping his comm tower before he decides to do anything too drastic. So you love to see it. Brings the tank back and forms a defensive line around the artillery. Artillery is in a great spot where it can cover pretty much the entire front over here, so that is fantastic. Doesn't go in for the attack because that's a fool's gambit over there, folks. You don't want to be going in for that attack. Brings the mech up, brings the battlecopter on the field, and once again, StarFlash, our Andy player, does not have the airport. So he's fighting a battle against Sammy where he's got no air units. Sammy is able to build those air units, but he did just get his artillery sniped. And now he's got triple tanks in position. So unfortunately, the line was a little bit weak over here, but Red James set it up as best as he could with the available units. So you can't really fault him for that one. Just a little bit of an overextension over there. That's all that was, folks. And StarFlash is a master of punishing mistakes. I can tell you that one. Okay, so very strong front over here from StarFlash. Got the double tanks, several infantry in position, and is actually in a very good position to take control of the center as well. So he could potentially grab 2 properties in the center next turn. Unless Red James decides to actually move in and do something crazy, like try to grab the center for himself. Alright, we take an engagement against a tank with an injured tank actually at 9 HP. Now we do this. We do this instead of actually going up with the battlecopter because this artillery, or anti-air, is in position to actually cover this tank. So going up there, the only thing that's going to happen with that is you are going to lose your battlecopter, and Andy's just going to retreat that tank and wait for his hyper upgrade, and then just have a full HP tank, and you are going to be down a copter. So not really the best play for sure. But this right here, not really too bad. This tank is not in position. So this tank, even though it's going to be healed up to 9, is not in position to actually attack over here. So I mean, the best option, if you're going to try to kill this tank, is probably surround it. But if you surround it, you're going to leave your units very vulnerable, very forward, and you actually have a Sammy that has a double time ready to go. So these infantry down here, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be able to attack this square. This guy would be able to attack this square. This mech would be able to go up. And in general, that would just be a very strong attack. Now the Red James busting out of a classy medium tank like a true gentleman. It is just a sight to behold, folks. You love to see it. You love to see the classy boys on the field. Some people out there, some people don't like medium tanks. I don't know. I don't know about those people, folks. All I know is medium tanks are the classiest unit in the entire game. Oh, Red James, or StarFlash actually does a brilliant move over here. Now, spots a terrific break on this unit. So actually goes in, attacks with the tank, taking it down to 3. Right? Moves anti-air in. Now anti-air's base damage is usually around low to mid 20s. So this attack was guaranteed to do at least 2 damage, taking it down to 1. And followed up by the infantry attack, get the luck roll, take it out, and go in for the capture. So that was a beautiful play over here from StarFlash. So very nice. Very nice indeed, folks. Very nice. And now the battlecopter can't actually go in and attack over here because of the anti-air support. So battlecopter is going to have to shift mid and hopefully do some damage over mid. Now this guy does not cover this tile right here. So technically, this battlecopter could easily go over here, sit on this forest, and attack this tank right here. And we could possibly follow up with a tank and get a KO there. However, that leaves our battlecopter in a position where it can be surrounded, and it would just be taken out. And a battlecopter for a tank is not really the best trade, but a very nice trade here is a medium tank for a recon, because it's free, it's there, and the medium tank has to feed, folks. That's one thing, folks. If you're going to build classy medium tanks, you have to feed them. You have to feed them free dudes, because that is the best use of a medium tank. Alright, so goes in and actually does the attack that I was talking about here, which I guess might not be the worst thing in the world, you know? But it does leave an opportunity for this to be surrounded. So we can surround the battlecopter. We can take a shot on the tank, actually, from the city. So I don't know. Let's see how it goes. It might work. It might not. All I know is this Andy is about to get his hyper repair or hyper upgrade, the super co-power. So he's going to get plus 5 HP on all of his injured units. And he's got quite a few injured units on the field, folks. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We got 6 injured units that are going to benefit from a heal. Oh, and the anti-air moves down onto the airport, locking it and attacking an infantry. What a beautiful play, folks. What a beautiful play. And look at this. Look at this. He actually goes to surround the battlecopter, like I was saying. Battlecopter gets surrounded there. There is no saving that guy right now. There is no saving that guy right now. He's cooked. He is cooked, folks. Unfortunately, the only way that we would be able to save this battlecopter now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Nope. The only way we can save it now is actually getting a victory march to dislodge it. And StarFlash, I can guarantee you that there's going to be an anti-air coming out of this property right here, because that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 squares away. And what does Andy get with his super co-power? +1 movement, folks. We are going to be seeing a +1 movement anti-air rush in there and just completely obliterate this battlecopter, because unfortunately, it cannot escape. And there's nothing that's going to be able to be done about that. But forgot to mention, StarFlash builds a classy medium tank of his own the other time. So now we have a classy medium tank from one of the true gent COs, folks. We have a classy medium tank from Andy. Andy's classy medium tanks are among the greatest in the entire game. They are some of the best to ever do it. That healing factor is just amazing. Now, would you take a look at this? Just when I said that all hope was lost, Sammy's massive firepower bonus comes in here and dislodges the battlecopter. Would you just look at it? Would you just look at it? Isn't that just beautiful? Just when you thought all hope was lost, the battlecopter gets out and is able to continue the fight. Now, it is going to be just sniping out infantry. What a classy lad. What a classy lad. Beautiful stuff, folks. Beautiful stuff. You love to see battlecopters get away. Unless they're your opponent's battlecopters. And you don't really want to see them get away. You want to see them get blasted by anti-air or a fighter. Or just get hit by Nell for 100% damage by an infantry. Those are some of the things that you want to see happen when you're fighting a battlecopter. But when you control a battlecopter, you want that guy to get away and get as many free hits as it possibly can. Alright, folks. So I believe that, I don't know if StarFlash is going to go in for the hyper upgrade this turn. Because while he does have multiple attacks that he can do, I think one of the big attacks that he wants to get is actually getting a hit on this medium tank with his own medium tank. So I think he's going to hold it. I think he's going to hold his co-power. Unless he pops it at like the very end of the turn, but I think we're going to be seeing him hold on to that co-power, folks. Ooh, yeah, we are. And now he's giving Red James such a decision here. This infantry is taken down to 3. So technically, it can actually not finish this cap now. The best that it can do is actually get it down to 1. So that guy is not going to be able to finish. It's not going to be able to finish that cap, folks. Okay, this is super interesting. So we're a little bit away from a co-power. A little bit away from a co-power here. move up, take a tank strike on an anti-air, which is good because now we can build air units. And we actually desperately need to do that because of the fact that this infantry is in position to capture our airport. Hyper upgrade. Hyper upgrade is coming though, so technically this 2 HP anti-air is going to be a 7 HP anti-air with an increased firepower bonus unless we take it out. Now, how are we going to take it out? We have no options to take it out, so it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. What we might have to do is we might have to move the tank over here and just sort of sit it on the road in order to be a good little blocker boy. But we do get the double time out of this, so I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen with this double time, because we are in a very, very interesting scenario where we have a whole bunch of infantry around this HQ. Now, is it enough though? Is it enough to hold the line and capture the HQ? That is the question. That is the question indeed. I'm so curious. I'm so curious to find out, folks. Let's see. Let's see if the Red James can do it. Oh, goes up and takes out the infantry. Uses the battle copter. Uses the battle copter as a blocker on this side, which is gonna be pretty much like 100% effective over here, because this battle copter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This battle copter will not be able to reach this at all. So if we double infantry right here, then all we have to do is block this side. Unfortunately, I do not think that is going to be possible, because we have an anti-air and we have 2 infantry. Now these infantry, unless we actually block this mountain, this HQ cap is not going to work. I don't think. Now, do we have any other options though? Maybe. Let's see how the Red James decides to play this one out, because this is definitely an HQ cap. Okay, so we go for the HQ. And we block the units that way. Okay. But that leaves us open. That leaves us vulnerable to an anti-air strike. So the anti-air is going to go and attack the HQ. It's gonna happen. Okay. Let's see if we have any other options here. Aside from this, like, this attack is looking very nice for the Red James. He's got a tremendous push here, and he's got 25 properties at the moment, which is just fantastic. Just fantastic, folks. Now, he doesn't actually use anything to block this. So, this anti-air is going to go up, and it is going to attack this. Like, it's going to happen. So, Red James is also kind of low on time, while StarFlash has 17 minutes and 50 seconds still on the clock, so... Yeah, I mean, sadly, I think that this is going to be a clear, I believe. And then that actually lets us have a 2-shot on this guy. Now, even if he went over here, if he blocked it with an infantry right here, these 2 infantry would be able to go mountain and road and actually be able to clear away for the anti-air anyway. So that's why we kind of needed an infantry here and an infantry right here. Now, whether or not that would hold in the long run, that's another story, but either way. So, doesn't even go for the anti-air strike because he's got the tank, right? Now, if we had something here, then he wouldn't have that option, but he's got the option to go in here with the tank and another tank, and then manage to use the anti-air to take out the battlecopter. Very unfortunate. Now, keep in mind that if he actually put the battlecopter here, things might have played out a little bit differently, because he would be forced to attack with anti-air to destroy that. And then he would only have 1 attack from over here. And then maybe if he used these units and just clumped them up here, maybe there's a chance. I don't know, folks. If you guys can think of a way how Red James could possibly get a guaranteed HQ cap on that turn, I would love to hear it in the comments, folks. But I'm not going to worry about it too much at the moment because StarFlash is just hammering down on the Red James right now, doing tons of attacks. Unfortunately, loses all credibility because he busts out the stinkiest little stink ball that ever stinked in the entire game. The Neo-Tank has made it onto the field, just unclassifying the entire map. Now, Neo-Tank, incredibly powerful out of this position though, because of the fact that Red James only has one classy boy and the entire push, more or less, has stopped over here. Now, Red James is going to be able to acquire 2 properties, right? He's going to be able to cap 1, cap 2. So that's going to be good. That's going to put him ahead. It's going to put him at 27 properties. So he may be able to have enough of an income lead at this point where he can just start teching up, build some more units, build some more big units, some big old honky, chonky boys, and maybe just be able to out-tech StarFlash. You know, it's definitely possible. Does a beautiful breakdown here and actually gets the interrupt on this property, taking this guy all the way down to 6. What a beautiful attack, folks. And we got double tank anti-air build today. Now, StarFlash only has 21 properties. What is he going to do? He's going to send that stinky boy up there and just completely one-shot one of the anti-airs. With the pure stench alone. Unfortunately, the anti-air was not able to contend with that smell, and it's gonna retire for now, folks. It's gonna come back. Maybe it'll come back with some nose plugs or something, and everything will be okay. But until then, StarFlash with his 99,200 unit value to 63,000 just continues the attack on Red James. And follows through with triple tank. Now, Red James has 30,200 income. We may be seeing something, folks. We may be seeing something. Now, when somebody has 30,200 income, you got options, folks. You can build yourself a classy boy of the sky. You can build yourself a stinking Neo-Tank. You can build yourself a classy medium tank. You can build yourself any ground unit that you could possibly want. Or you could be incredibly cool and buy yourself a mega tank and just watches all your units get destroyed before the mega tank makes it to the front line. But you get style points, folks. You get style points. Alright, let's see what the Red James decides to do here. Gets the double, takes out the airport capper, brings the classy medium tank back to a more defensive position, busts out the battlecopter, double tank, and triple tank battlecopter build, which I believe spends the exact 30k too, so that's like not too shabby. Unfortunately, this stinky Neo tank is going to be coming up again here, and I think it's gonna, like, would it have an attack? It can reach this guy. Oh no. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. No. The stench hits the classy boy doing the traditional 9-3 trade. No. No. You hate to see it, folks. You hate to see the Neo. You hate to see the Neo just come up there and just hurt our classy boys, but it did happen because StarFlash is just too darn good. Just spots the break and immediately moves in and takes it. Our classy boy, our hero, is healed up to 5 though. So let's see if he's going to be able to continue the attack here. Oh no, the Red James joins the stinky club, busting out his own stinky Neo tank here. But you know, sometimes when you're faced with the stink, you only have one of 2 options. Well, one of 3 options. Option 1. You build a classy medium tank and you just battle it out. Option 2, you join the stink club and you build the stinky Neo tank to counter it. Option 3, you build the classy boy of the sky, and the classy boy of the sky goes and takes care of that Neo tank for you. But there is a 4th option, and like I said, 4th option makes a lot more sense when you're pushed all the way back to your base, and that's busting out the extremely dignified mega tank. An extremely dignified mega tank. You bust that guy out, no Neo tank is going to be coming anywhere near you, folks. But in this scenario, just don't have the money for it at the moment. But Neo Tank moves all the way up and just obliterates our classy boy. Trying to get heals, unfortunately. He was not able to get those heals at all. Now, Red James is pushed pretty far back to his base. The comm tower is being captured. Andy's going to have 120% firepower on all of his units. We can take an attack on the Neo Tank, but we are so close to hyper upgrade that any damage that we do is just going to be null and voided by the super co-power. Pretty much the only chance that we have at this moment is capping that HQ. That is literally the only thing that we can do. Oh yes, oh yes. Beautiful. Beautiful, folks. Let's go ahead and look at that one again. Now, like I was saying, though, pretty much at this point, the Red James, he's probably going to have to cap that HQ. That's going to be, like, the only thing that he can do to actually stay in the game. StarFlash is just pushing in way too far into his territory. But this is a beautiful, beautiful display of how to get Stink off of the field. At least a little bit. So, first off, you tickle it with an artillery. You know, you just scrub it down a little bit. You loosen it up. Then you go in with the steel wool Stink and you just scrub the ever-loving crud off of it. And then you go in and you destroy its friend. But then you go in with two nice clean rags and you just wipe the rest of it off. And now you have a field of battle that is a little bit less stinky than it was before. So, beautifully played there by the Red Jams. Very nice. Unfortunately, you had to do it with a Neo Tank, so -1 point, but -2 points because we bust out another Neo Tank. But, you know, I digress. That's how it is, folks. Some people bust out Neo Tanks, some people are classy. But, Red James, because of that attack, actually does level the playing field quite a bit here, but losing the comm tower right here is going to be absolutely massive. Now, StarFlash doing a silly Billy move and going up and attacking without capturing his comm tower. So as you guys can see, even some of the best players out there don't cap their comm tower before they go and attack. So there you go. Make yourselves feel better, folks. Alright, we're going to go up. We are going to obliterate a couple more tanks. We are going to attack an anti-air. We are going to attack a Neo with a medium tank. We attack a Neo with a classy medium tank. StarFlash redemption arc has begun, folks. We pop the hyper upgrade, healing that boy all the way up to full HP, and we are going to start acquiring some properties. Now, it's too bad, you know what, if stealths were allowed on this map, that would be very interesting, folks. It would be very interesting. I don't think they are. I could be wrong, because they pop up from time to time on various maps, but I'm pretty sure they're banned on this map. But could you imagine if the Red James had both airports and then he just starts stealth spamming? That would be pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure they're banned on this map. Like, almost guaranteed they're banned. They tend to be banned on maps in general, but especially maps where airports are contested. Alright, folks. StarFlash finishing off 2 more units over here. 3 more units. Taking 2 more attacks on 2 other tanks. Brings the rest of his army very far forward. Got another stinky boy on the field over there. And day 18, Red James is down to 64,400 funds. There is nothing he is going to be able to do to come back after this. StarFlash is the winner today. So congratulations to StarFlash. Very well played. And once again, congratulations to the Red James. That was a beautiful match. Beautiful match. Now, I just want to take a quick look over here and see. So, when we get to this point over here, so like I was saying, folks, if you see a possibility for an HQ cap from this position, from the Red James, I would love to hear it in the comments. Because, you know, I don't know for sure if it's possible, but I think it could be possible. Like, maybe just at a glance, like, these guys are over here, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if it's completely possible, but I think it could be possible. So I'd like to hear what you guys are thinking in the comments there. But aside from that, hopefully you guys enjoyed the content today. It was a fantastic match, and I had a lot of fun going over it. And if you did like it, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. And if you want to support the channel further, you could consider becoming a channel member. But until next time, I will see you guys on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.